Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Rules Horror. Story 1. Facility 6 Wolf Regiment Guide. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Hello rookie, you are accepted into the Wolf Brigade of the Security Department. Your leader is officer, nobody else. You are armed with a containment net, Taser and plasma rifle. Your division uniform is a gas mask with red visor, black armor, and a jumpsuit. You have keycard level A672, nothing else. The rules above are never meant to be defaulted, otherwise you will be shot on sight. Follow each and every command given to you. If a dispatcher informs you of a breach, ask for a huge-ass keycard number. If anyone from Scientific contacts you, tell them to kiss my ass actually. I agree with that. Never fall. I in love, for the sake of God, we have lost 30 units this year. Happy extermination. Story 2. What to do if your clock turns to 1260 am. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. So you're in your bedroom and just checked the time only to see that your clock says the time is 12:60 am. You might be confused, but don't worry, if you follow these simple rules, you should make it out just fine. But if this occurs while you are unfortunately asleep, sadly there will be nothing I can do for you. After about 2 hours your clock should go back to normal. When it does, you can continue with whatever you were doing. Firstly, you want to make sure all of your windows in your bedroom are closed and then shut and lock your door. You cannot leave until we are finished. The lights will automatically turn off when we start, do not try to turn them back on. It only makes it easier for him to find you. 2a. If for any reason you foolishly turn the lights back on even though I warned you, since you have alerted him, you must immediately go and hide somewhere. He is going to enter your room. You must stay quiet, he has very good hearing. If after a while he finds nothing, he will leave, and you can then leave your hiding place. 3. You must check any mirrors in your room. If you see anybody other than yourself, don't look it in the eye. If you do, it will try to reach out and pull you into the mirror. You must destroy the mirror if this happens. If you have no mirrors in your room, lucky you, you don't have to worry about this. 4. Ignore the scratching in the walls. It's probably nothing. 5. If someone you know knocks on the door asking to come in, do not let them in, there is nobody you know in your house right now. 6. If you hear music being played in another room, you must say loudly, I do not like this song, please turn it off, the music will stop playing. If you do not say this, you will find your ears suddenly are not connected to your head. 7. Don't look at the moon every once in a while, check outside and look at the moon. 8. After 1 hour and 30 minutes pass from when we started, he will knock on the door, you must answer. Do not be afraid of him even though he is 8 feet tall, he will ask you for a body part, all you need to say is I'm not done using that, and he will usually just grunt and leave. If he doesn't leave, just hope you aren't too fond of the body part he asked for. 9. After the 2 hours have passed, everything will go black, then return to normal. You are back in your own world now. If you followed all the rules, you will have made it out just fine. Story 3. Why is it coming for me? Our extensive archives contain documentations of the creepy, evil, occult, and anomalous occurrences in the Nova universe. The official home of the Nova Containment Corporation universe. Why me? Why me? Why does it have to be me? Why was I chosen? Why do my stupid parents make me do this stupid ritual? I stoop over a blood altar, knife against my wrist. Tears welled in my eyes. My parents are watching, there was no getting it wrong on purpose this time. I hope it doesn't work. This is the 5th month I'm doing this. With my brother dead, there is nowhere to hide. My brother was my only friend, then the ritual worked and he's gone. Blood always sickens me, but ever since he died I've felt nothing. My only salvation was ascension. I needed to be enlightened first, a difficult feat to be sure. Wincing, I sliced my wrist and let the blood leak out. Lamb of Cryan, Narzuul na aeik ventri var sluol. Na aeik vokid wild invonavu nades. I chanted solemnly as mystical blue energy swirled up in vibrant patterns. I shook as something began to crawl into the room. Not something physical, but a mental presence. I shook and sobbed. The ritual was working. I began to vomit thick liquid. It was black and vile, more viscous than glue. I gurgled and spat, but it was too late. It was bound to me now. It just needed to find me. I ran hid under my bed. I lifted the floorboard and pulled out a book and a note. I quickly read the hastily scrawled note from my brother. Hi sis. I don't have long left. The ritual worked. I'm writing this so that you may have a better chance of survival. Breathe quietly, or not at all. Detection will cost your life. Don't run. It can run at blinding speeds. Try to transcend as fast as possible. The gateway is open now, it should make things easier. Focus on your surroundings. There are a number of things that give away the creature's position. 4a. Look for the one eye. That eye wants to kill you. It takes 30 seconds for it to alert the creature, blind it before that happens. 4b. Look for the many eyes. Make sure they see you, they want to help and will shield you from the blinding light. Hide from the blinding light. It will pull you into its thrall and the light will consume you. Stay in a dark area. The creature might not see you there. Become enlightened and ascend quickly. You don't want to be. I think something's here. It found me. Be careful sis. I scanned my surroundings. A gangly, shriveled, grey arm clutched my ankle and dragged me out of my spot. It opens a leathery maw to reveal a huge, black eye. I feel nothing. I have overcome my own nature and am ready to ascend. My feet begin to stick and melt to the floor, then tear away. The force splits my belly in half with a tearing pop. I didn't feel pain, I felt nice. My body melts back together as my legs detached and I begin to float. I have transcended. Goodbye. Story 4. How to get to heaven. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. You're an average 17-year-old kid, walking back home from school, ready to hide that test result you just got, but fully knowing the teacher probably already called her. You get lost in the thoughts of what to say while crossing the road and you don't see a truck that tries to stop but ends up running you over. You die after a few minutes due to your weak body. You wake up in a large empty black space except for a piece of paper written with ink on a grey chair. You approach it, and it seems like it is written in some language you seem to know but never heard of back on Earth. You start to read it and it goes like this. How to get into heaven. For the future of you reading this, if you see anything here weirdly bold, it's my bad handwriting. I usually try to mark more on a letter I mess up writing. You are currently in limbo and have a few minutes to imagine what heaven looks like in your mind, you will be teleported there. If you do not do this in time, box with time small crush behind you look. You do not understand the end of rule 2, try to imagine something, and think what if I think about Earth? Will I go back there? You begin thinking about Earth but do not go anywhere. Suddenly, you notice that while you were creating the Earth in your imagination, the walls of the box closed. It's getting closer and you immediately think about heaven, you start getting crushed and are about to blow up until you suddenly feel like you are good. You have now teleported into heaven. 3. Now that you are in heaven, you will see a god standing in front of you. Begin to insult it, because it is a fake god. The entity will disappear and you will see a very disfigured tall entity. Pray to it, it is God. Make sure to look up after doing so. If not, refer to 4a. You begin insulting the fake god and praying to the other entity, although it seems familiar. 4. Proceed to close your eyes for exactly 24 seconds, if you do more or less, refer to 4a. 4a. Remove a part of the ink and spray it on the entity. You will be teleported to hell. It is better than having both your4a. Do not touch the ink, punch it. Pray and run away, you're doomed until you find an angel. You close your eyes for 24 seconds, then when you open them, the first 4a disappears. The rules are very contradicting and confusing. You still do remember the former though. You look up. Grave mistake. A bunch of spiders launch at you and you rush to find an angel. You miraculously find one but it is staring. You don't understand why, it's your salvation. You continue reading while the angel stares at you. 5. If you have an angel staring at you, you have broken a rule. It is now coming to find you, it is faster than you. It will never tire out. 6. Stay still, it does not see you if you do not move. You realized your mistake. You stay still and read the last rule. 7. Do not follow the rules in bold, it changed them. If you do, I'm sorry. Too late for you now. Story 5. Rules to follow when staying up later than usual. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. 1. Don't look at the windows. It might be watching. 1.5. Cover windows if possible, he cannot see you through covers. 2. Stay in bed. It may be the only safe place to be. 3. Turn on heated blankets if possible, it might be under your bed. It does not like heat. 4. Always have somewhat of a light to keep you safe, it is not able to attack in the light. 4.5. Only turn the light off when you are going to sleep for real. 5. Stay deep in your covers. It is safe there. 6. Do not pay attention to any of the unfamiliar sounds you hear. It is trying to lure you. 7. Sleep with some sort of comforting thing. 8. Do not pay attention to the things you see in the corner of your eyes. That's where it is. 9. When you finally get tired enough to sleep, wish yourself good dreams. 10. Sleep safely. This post may appear odd to users on Reddit mobile web, sorry about that. Story 6. Rules for the middle of nowhere the house. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. The world twists and turns around you. Vertigo hits you like a freight train, forcing you to empty the contents of your stomach onto the floor. Behind you, you hear a soft tut, tut, tut. You never were a tidy one, were you? You scream, backed up against a wall. Nothing is right here anymore. The red wallpaper is peeling away like sunburned skin. The windows are broken and infested with wildlife that snakes through the holes. Outside the windows, you make out barren, dead trees. The tire swing you used to play with lies discarded in the tall grass. Millennia has passed since you came here. Don't you remember, darling? The fun we had together? The fun we're still having together. Don't you want that? I've already killed your parents. I've burned down your house. There's nowhere left for you to go. The voice you hear is familiar, but foreign. Like a song you used to love, remixed and remade in ways that were never meant for human ears. You stagger under its weight. What does this creature want from you? I want you to come home. Come home and be with us forever. You look around the crumbling ruins of the house. You suppose this must have been the living room, once upon a time. The sofa is torn and stained with blood. Strange plants grow from underneath the furniture. This isn't your home. It's a ruin. Honey, don't be difficult. You know that I just want the best for you, right? Come home and be with us forever. Do you think reality is ready for you? The real world wasn't made for beings of imagination. They will never accept you. And this thing will? You've never been here. You've never belonged to this world. Even the voice acknowledged that. You're nothing more than a tourist, a sightseer. There was a reason why you never stayed here long. A reason why you left before it was too late. No. No, You can't leave. I won't let you leave. You will never leave me. Never again. I won't let you. We still have one more game to play, honey. You can't turn back. I won't let you leave. I won't let you leave. You won't abandon us again. The voice booms through the house like the roars of thunder raging behind a calm, sunny sky. You turn to leave, but the door clicks shut. The walls begin to peel off to reveal spiders skittering beneath them. Maggots crawl from the house walls. You won't leave me again. Never again. We still have one more game to play. Rules for the house. Every hour the doorbell will ring and a guest will arrive. Rules 2 to 8 are the rules for each guest and how to recognize them. These rules are very important. There's a reason why the Greeks valued hospitality. The penalties for violating supernatural laws are fatal indeed. If the guest is faceless, then invite it in with a neutral face. Show no emotion. No fear, no happiness, no relief, or anything else. Bring it nothing, but tell it that it is free to hunt. Do not interrupt its feeding time, unless you wish for your face to join his collection. If the woman is crying, close the door. There's a reason she weeps, and she carries it with her every single day. Do not allow yourself to hear her cries for more than a few seconds, or else you will join her in her wailing chorus. If you see a blob of pure light, don't look at him. Your eyes will liquefy in their sockets and your lips will be welded together with your melted teeth. He will take you far, far away, where even the dead won't hear your screams. Kneel in supplication for a few minutes and scream praises about the light. He loves flattery. If you see a grinning man whose eyes are leaking blood, laugh. Laugh as loud and hard as you can, until your grin is stretching from ear to ear and your facial muscles pop one by one. Grin until it becomes unbearable, and you feel the flesh tear underneath your skin. Grin until it leaves, and you know you are safe. If you do not manage this, his burden will become yours. If you see children, tell them that their mother is not there. They will do a thorough inspection of the house, and then leave. If it turns out that the woman has found another means of entry into the house, Rule 7, they will take you to suffer in her stead, I do not know why. Perhaps they still hold some fondness for her. If you do not see a guest, that means that it has found another means of entry. Unfortunately, you will have to be on your guard from now on. I can't believe I have to say this, but do not eat the guests. That's rude, and violating supernatural hospitality ends well for no one. When the wallpaper begins to peel, put it back on as soon as possible. I've left a bucket of glue and a paintbrush in the kitchen cabinet. If you can't stick all of the paper back in time, your skin will follow swiftly after. Don't break anything. Your brain will shatter and the crypt will take you, mind and soul. Your demons will be all that's left to inhabit you, and they will wreak havoc upon your mortal shell until not even your closest friends would be able to recognize you. If you encounter a spider, any spider, kill it. It doesn't matter what you kill it with, just that it dies. Remember that documentary we watched about parasitic wasps? Remember how you screamed with horror as they burst from the caterpillar's soulless body? Remember that, and scream. Don't go into the kitchen. Water is not necessary for you here. The chef doesn't like being disturbed. At 10 on the dot, you are to be seated at the dining table. Anything less, you'll be an appetizer. Anything more, and the guests will consider you dessert. Eat nothing other than this food. Yes, the guests will be eating with you. Do not be impolite. No matter how hard or who they chew, you are not to ask them any questions. If they start fighting, excuse yourself and go upstairs. Things never ended well when you got between domestic fights at home, did they? Go upstairs after dinner is finished, or before if a fight starts. Your room will be ready for you. Knock softly, just in case some of the guests got restless. If you hear nothing, it's probably safe. If you hear anything, maybe furniture getting knocked around, or a scream, or moaning, apologize and go back downstairs. Try again after 10 minutes. Whatever you do, you have to be in your bedroom by midnight. Hopefully, they'll finish whatever's going on upstairs by that time. Otherwise, you're screwed. The house will crumble apart, and you won't survive. Turn your lights off when you go to bed. Pray that the light doesn't take you away and that the darkness will keep you safe. If you see a flash, a twinkle, or anything else, pray harder and louder until it's gone. If the moon hangs red in the skies, you are safe. If it is of any other color, the light has made its way into your home. Perhaps as one of the guests. Perhaps it is hiding within your very room. Be wary, and if you hear anything, pray the darkness will protect you. The maggots have gotten in if you see anything crawling underneath the walls. There's a special spray underneath your bed. Spray it whenever you see them. Otherwise, your skin will turn to dust, and the maggots will feast on the flesh underneath. When the stars die, you are safe. Remain underneath the blankets for the rest of the night. The game will start again tomorrow at 8 p.m. You claw at the walls. You scream. You punch the door until your knuckles shatter and your fingernails tear from your flesh. Blood spews onto the floor. You cry. There is no escape. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Where are your manners? Open the door. Be nice to our guests. You'll be seeing them quite a bit in the next few days. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.